Today on the Roadhouse, we're going to go over 5 more things I dislike about the Suunto Traverse Alpha and 5 things that I like about it. Let's get this thing started. The Roadhouse is sponsored by Speedy's Industrial Coatings in Ozark, Missouri. They do media blasting, powder coating, big or small, they do it all. Tell them the Roadhouse sent you. Now granted, this is the second set of 5 things I like and second set of 5 things I don't like about this watch, but I've owned it now for 20 something weeks and let's give it to you now. The 5th thing that I disliked about the watch this time is probably one of the things I disliked it before, and it's the fact that you can be tracked. If you run the app on your phone, you can be tracked. Every time that you go ahead and do an exercise with this watch, and it tracks you. Now, if somebody has another Suunto, they can track you to where you're working out. So if your wife or your girlfriend has this watch or a watch like it that takes the Suunto app, then they can just get tracked. And that's not what I would like to have whatsoever at all. If it keeps track for yourself, I get it. But keeping track of yourself and everybody that's got a Suunto. The 4th thing I disliked about this watch this time around is the notifications. It goes off all the time. So if you have emails, spam emails, everything that you might not get on your phone that gets sent automatically to the spam folder, it will ring out on your watch. So every time, I'm talking about 40 something times a day or something, that is just crazy. If you could separate it from emails and texts and phone calls, that'd be great. Get rid of the emails and then you'd have your texts and your phone calls. That's great, but it doesn't do that. And so I had to turn it off. I was getting way too many of those things a day. It was driving me nuts. The 3rd thing that I dislike about this watch is the steps are not in real time. Granted, the steps are great on the watch. It keeps track, it's correct. But the problem is that you'll be walking down the hall and the steps aren't exact with you. So they'll come back on later on, they'll catch up later on, but the steps aren't correct right away. They have to catch up. So if you're going for 10,000 steps today, you're probably going to end up with 10,200 or more because it doesn't happen right away. The steps don't happen right away. The 2nd thing I disliked about this watch is being rechargeable. Suunto needs to come out with a solar watch. I am tired of defending Suunto because I love their watches, but but by not having a solar watch, it sucks. Battery life lasts about 14 days and give or take a little bit, but don't let it go dead, because if it goes dead, you lose everything. You lose everything off of it and you're going to have to redo it again. So go ahead and I like to wear it all the time because it counts my steps, but I gotta have time to charge it at some points, and it takes a long time to charge. This is not something that is like your phone where it has that speed charger or something. No, it doesn't. It takes forever. So if you might want to do it overnight. Number 1 thing I dislike about this watch is it's not a skirmish watch. What I mean by that is if you're in law enforcement or in the military or some sort of job where you're going to be scuffling with people, this is not the watch. Why is it not the watch? Is because it's still got pins. It's got the little pins there and it pops off. I had a 4-year-old jump up on me and brush the watch and it came off. Now, I've hated the original band on this watch, but I ordered a polymer band, which is like a rubbery type band. It's okay, but you still have the pins. The Suunto Core has a screwed on band and I loved it. This one, you can't make this one a screw on band. I cannot give this watch military or law enforcement credits. I can't. If you're in law enforcement and the military, this isn't the watch for you. Now come on, Suunto, make a Suunto Core and update it. It's what, 15 years old? Update it and I will tell you, tons of military and tons of law enforcement will run back to that dang watch. And make it solar on top of that, please. I have an extra thing that I dislike. The bezel is so sharp that it tears up clothing, tears up uniforms, and I'll show you it right now. This is one of those things I'm having issues with this watch. Look how it's frayed at the end of my shirt. That bezel goes all the way around. It actually frays the shirt. Never had this happen on any clothing I've ever had with any watch. The fifth thing I like about this watch is that I really like the back button. If you're going through the options on it, which you can on the other video of mine, I went through all the options on it. If you're going through the options, you can hit a back button and it goes backwards so you don't get trapped into something that you're not looking at. It's really a good feature. I like it a lot, and it's one of my favorite things about it. The fourth thing I like about this watch is that it's got satellite time. You can make sure you're not in a metal building, but you can redo the time by satellite. Like it. It's a great option. Like it. Third thing I like about this watch is it has a locking screen. Now you can see right up. Now you can see right up here if it's that I have it locked. And why I like that is it stays on the steps. I can bend my wrist and it'll change the screen if I don't have it locked. So like the fact that this has a locking screen on it. The second thing I like about this watch is it's very hard to scratch. I am telling you, it has done very well. It's not got any scratches. I thought I had scratches in my last video, but the bezel of it probably scratched something else and took off particles of that said thing and left it on there to where it looked like a scratch. I do not have any scratches on this thing. So it is done very well, and I've been underneath cars. I have banged it on things where I thought I got it scratched, but I have not got a scratch on it as of yet. So really like that feature that it's tough as nails as far as the crystal and the bezel goes. The number one thing I like about this watch this time around is that it's got a timeout screen. So if I am taking a shower and not using the watch, it will time itself out so it's not wasting battery. So if you leave it by itself alone, it will shut it down to where the screen is not displayed and it'll save your battery. Would I buy this watch again? No, I would not. It's a pretty expensive watch, but I wouldn't buy it again. It works everything that I need, but if I'm involved in a skirmish, I'm going to lose the watch. So far, I haven't been involved in any skirmishes where I'm going to lose the watch, except for with my little 4-year-old girl. Other than that, just buying time, so you need a new watch. Hopefully you find it. So the answer is no, would not buy it again. For law enforcement, military, no. Look for another one. It's tough because I get tons of compliments on the watch, but no, I would not buy it again. I know I talked about the Suunto Core all black in my video, and I do have a video regarding it as well. So I appreciate everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, and as always, if you ride her hard,